Welcome to Cooking with LaTrey Sorelli, brought to you by Columbus Vegetable Oils. You're joining the three girls, the sisters. It's Gracie, it's Joe, and I'm Bibi. And we are making a very special meal today. This time of year is a really busy time for us. We have a lot of birthdays, so we're making another birthday meal.
This is for my husband, Ken, who doesn't like meat. But this is one thing he always requests. If you ask him, what do you want for dinner? This is it. It's pot roast. And you just put it in the crock pot and let it cook all day, and everybody's happy.
Simple, easy.
I think he likes it because it's so tender.
Yes, yes. And you know what? It comes across in little pieces. He's not a big, give me a slab of meat person.
Yeah.
No.
So it gets that nice finely shredded,
right.
how pot roast is.
Yes, it just shreds.
Exactly. It's juicy and tender.
Right.
And, So we're going to get started, okay?
Okay.
First thing we're going to do is I have to sear the pot roast.
Right, now that's a step we do if you have time. If you don't have time, like if you're throwing this in the crock pot before you go to work, don't worry about it. It will still taste fine. It's just a little bit better if you can.
Right.
So we're going to do
I've
that.
done it both ways.
Yes,
Yeah.
it comes out the same, doesn't it?
Yes, it's very good.
We're going to do that first, okay? So I have a nice heavy Dutch oven, and I'm going to pour some Sorrento virgin olive oil in the pan. We're going to get that a little bit hot, and then we're going to sear. Now we used a boneless trimmed chuck roast, but Joe, you use?
I use either a buffet roast, which is a bottom round, or you can use a rump roast, whichever, people have different preferences. If you like something with a little less fat or more fat, make what your family likes.
Okay. So, and then also, you put the onion you said on the bottom first,
Well,
right?
let's go ahead and start searing that, and then we put some onions. This, you can never have too many onions, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, really.
And then you can put those on the side.
Okay.
There's room in the pan, and I will be chopping some more for you.
Okay, great. Yeah, so meanwhile, while this is getting ready, then you can start with some slicing some more onion. And we're also going to be doing some potatoes and some celery. Grace, you can maybe do that.
Yes, I'm slicing a potato.
Thank you.
Here we go.
We're doing the sweet and the white, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're doing a mixture today.
I think that's
It's fun to do a mixture, but you know what? When they're all in the gravy, you can barely tell the difference between the sweet and the white. But it's nice if you have only a couple of each home.
Right.
Okay, so the meat is seared really nicely. It's nice and brown, juicy. I'm going to take it out. Ooh, that's a piece. That's a piece of meat, isn't it, Joe?
That's heavy.
Woo! And I'm going to do some more onion. Okay, just because, as Joe said, you can't have enough onion. It just gives it a lot of extra flavor. And they're caramelized and beautiful, and
they smell good.
yeah, they're aromatic. Okay. Okay, so now the onions are beautifully caramelized, and what's nice is they're going to be a great addition to this pot roast. Between the French onion soup and these onions, we're talking some heavy-duty flavor. Oh, aren't those gorgeous? Of course, the only part I don't like is cleaning the pan. Okay.
You have a trick for that.
Okay, I'm coming on over here.
Okay.
And
So remove the cover.
okay.
I'm pouring the French onion soup into the pan first.
That's the first thing that goes in, right? Okay.
Then we're going to pour in a half a cup of good red wine.
You know
And
what
if you
she
opened
said-
a bottle, you can drink the rest with the dinner.
Yeah, she
Oh,
said
that's
make
a good
sure you
idea.
use wine that you would drink yourself, not
Yes.
something that's turned a little bit.
Yes.
Because it
We have a
detracts
tendency to
enough.
want to conserve sometimes, and we do that, and you really,
Right.
you really
No,
shouldn't.
right, I agree.
Okay. Now at this point, we're going to put in this pan.
Here, you want me to do something for you?
And be careful because you don't
Woo!
want it to splash on yourself. There
There
you
we
go.
go. Nicely done.
Oh, that's
Okay.
wonderful.
And we're going to put our,
Your onions.
Caramelized onions all on top.
look at that. And then what's nice to do is put some celery leaves to give some extra flavor.
Yeah, we washed those earlier, of course. We washed them. We do use organic celery.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you can't wash. You shouldn't wash it. Just
Yeah.
because it's organic doesn't mean you don't wash it. It just
Right.
means that you.
Right.
It has no pesticides.
Now, if at this point, if you're going to be home all day, you can just stop right here. But if you're going to be going to work, and then you can put in all the rest of these ingredients, and then everything will be ready when you come home.
Okay.
Right.
So we're gonna do it now then, right?
Right, mhm.
Gracie, will you do the honors? Here's the potatoes.
I sure will.
Okay. And so we've got that. Okay, we've got a mix. I do like the idea of doing sweet and white. I think it also makes it a lot more nutritious. As we always say, when you have, the more color you have in your food, the more nutritious it's going to be. Okay? And then we'll add the celery. Okay?
Or our pot's going to be really loaded here.
Yay! Nice
Lots
big
of
chunks
veggies.
of celery. You know what? That's my favorite part. Do you like the vegetables more?
Oh, I really do.
And then
Carrots? Go
Carrots.
ahead. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely. And the mushrooms, oh my goodness, those are incredible.
I don't even care if I eat the meat. Just give me the veggies, and that's good for me.
Incredible,
Right?
yes.
There we go. Okay.
Well, a little protein's not bad for you.
Oh, I know. Okay, you're right. There.
Now it does cook down a little bit, so
It does.
so you're not gonna have it that full
And
when you're done.
this is it. You put the lid on,
I am really taxed here.
turn it on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now you go about and get yourself the goal of the day, and when you come home, you're going to have a fragrant pot.
When you walk into that aroma, it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Okay. Okay, so just think about it. You're just coming home from work. You've been gone 8.5 hours. You put this on before you left. You walk in, you smell the fragrance of this pot roast, and you go, oh, thank God dinner's ready, all in one pot. How easy is that? Okay, so now we're just about ready to serve it. And look at this. It's so tender and juicy. Oh, my goodness. That's the hard part, probably taking it all out where it won't be, it's not in one piece anymore, but that's okay. It just goes to show you how tender this meat will be. And then, of course, you're going to take out some of these fabulously cooked vegetables. Oh, these are just a work of art. I tell you, I like the vegetables better. I can't believe it. I really do. Doesn't this look great? We've got celery and mixed of the sweet potatoes and the regular potatoes and some mushrooms. Oh, wow. Tell me, who doesn't want to just sit down to a meal of just that? Oh, looks great. So, you know what, just to think this is a perfect fall meal, and of course Ken's birthday's in the fall.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And it's just so, there's something about it. It seems like I always crave pot roast and stew as soon as it hits the fall.
Right.
And chili.
Yeah, chili, right. So we are going to try this, and I'm anxious to see how it tastes.
In honor of my dear husband.
Should I pour some wine?
Oh, Gracie, would you?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, and Joe picked out something I think pretty good.
Oh, it's from Cooper's Hawk, who has really wonderful wines. And this is called Tempranillo. And it's a red wine that has a nice body to it. It's not over the top, but it's also not very light. So it's a perfect addition to this pot roast.
Yeah.
And you could easily have used that when we were making the pot roast. You could have used that in the recipe. And two, you know what? I guess I should mention, if people don't like wine, like Grace isn't a big fan of wine in meals like this, maybe you shouldn't. You can omit the wine if it's.
Is there anything you think you'd substitute, Joe, if you didn't put wine in? Would you do any more liquid or anything?
No, I think I think the
Okay.
liquid. I think there's plenty.
Okay.
And plus,
Just-
all
I
the
think
vegetables
so.
have so much liquid too.
Right.
So.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's try it.
Oh, we're gonna try that.
Yeah.
I have a sweet potato here. Yummy.
Wow.
Now, Grace, do you think it's too sweet with the wine?
No.
Well, you know, carrots and sweet potatoes make it sweet also. I mean, carrots this time of year
That's
are
the one
very
thing
sweet.
you have to be careful with, I think, when you're cooking with red wine, is it can add some sweetness.
You know, I
So-
never really thought about that
I didn't
before.
either. She mentioned that
So
to me.
if you like that taste, which sometimes is really good, then use it. But
I do, of course, but you know. Well, this is very good.
I know this is a meal that Mike would love. I'm totally 100% certain.
Well, your husband, Grace, Brian likes pot roast too, doesn't he? So I guess we can
Yes.
do it for the whole family, is what we could
it's
say,
a
right?
universal meal.
Yes.
I guess it's time to try the wine.
It's time. Cheers.
As Mom always said,
Cooking's a labor of love, and happy birthday, Ken.
that's
Happy
exactly
birthday
right.
to Ken.
We both say how old he is. He's very young.
At least he finally caught up to me. Please,
and he looks
thank you.
good too, so that's what counts.
Oh, this is really nice
Oh
wine.
boy,
Isn't
this
that-
is
Very good.
That's
with
a
the
great
meat.
wine.
perfect accent.
Yes,
to the
it
meat.
is.
Ooh, it's warm going down.
I like it.
Please click on the link below this video for the recipe we made today. Stand Up to Cancer is the official charity of La Tre Sorelle. Our whole family supports the Stand Up to Cancer organization.